Hello, this is Jareth again, and today we're going to continue talking about success magic, and we're going to talk about the ritual of the angels, and then we'll talk about the aether rituals as well. So we'll cover the rest of the book here in the second video, because from here on out they're all pretty similar. There's the differences are there, but they're subtle, and so we'll just kind of talk about how they work and how they're different. So for the rituals of the angels, again, like the first ritual, you do them for 7 days is what he recommends. You don't have to do them every single day, though, is the interesting thing about these. And this applies to all of the rituals throughout the rest of this book. So you can do them for a few days and then take a break and just kind of contemplate what's going on, how you're feeling, any changes, or just how it's going, and then jump back in the next day, or just you trust your intuition, and it's really interesting because this all kind of coincides with things that I've been kind of discovering myself, not specifically with Enochian, but just in general, with a better way of working. And so it really fits in well with what I think we should be doing a little bit more of, but it's kind of besides the point. You can do these rituals at any day, any time in the day. There's no specific planetary hours or anything like that you need to follow. He recommends being comfortable, but not slouching over or anything. You want to make sure that you're able to pay attention. He talks about how you should be open to the experience of that the ritual will create. It may not do anything for you. You may feel a lot of energy, or you may get some visions or flashes or anything. It's all very unique to your experience. And then since I haven't gotten this far, I'm just basing this on reading the book, not from my experience yet. And these are just to help you as you're going, so that you have a different opinion of they're giving you my interpretation of what he's written here, so that you can help you understand the text. So yeah, any number of strange supernatural things might happen, or they might not happen at all, and either one is fine. It doesn't mean that you did it wrong because you're not having any experience. Now, I've been doing the first ritual now for several days, and usually I feel quite a bit of energy. One day I really didn't. It's just how it goes sometimes, but I'm not seeing anything, but I do feel it. But that kind of goes with the way I seem to work, is being more clairsentient than anything else. So there's no formal opening to the ritual or anything. You just kind of start. And you start by, and before you start, you might want to go over the pronunciations. That way you don't get caught off guard when you first get there. It's time to do it. So yeah, go over your pronunciations ahead of time. And then kind of when you're ready to start, you read what's called the foundational idea. And this is a couple of paragraphs where you read, and he basically describes a concept. And then you just, and like the ritual, like one where you think about beauty, in this you start thinking about whatever that concept is, and you try to imagine having it, and well, let's just go read one. For ritual 2 is clarity. This is immense power to be found in making a decision, because actions flow on from decisions. But an authentic decision can only be made when you have clarity. This is true for all the minor and daily decisions that shape your existence and for the major decisions that guide you towards success. Clarity can come from many sources, including intuition, logic, rumination. But in this ritual, it comes from knowing that you have created a destiny for yourself where you are successful. Know that somebody can make clear decisions, has the power to create change. Imagine what it would feel like if you could find the clarity to make precise and effective decisions. So there, it gives you, several ideas on clarity. And so you would just, you think about those ideas and you think about how they apply to you. And, he kind of goes on about how, different ways that you could try to imagine that, you can visualize it or use words or whatever works for you. But, spend a couple of minutes contemplating those paragraphs. So, and then you're gonna kind of, he says, now you're gonna look at the sigil. And again, you're not trying to look at every little detail and examine everything. You're just more treating it. Let your eyes just kind of move around, and especially maybe look at the white as opposed to the black. And let the sigil just kind of soak in, and treat it as though it's a gateway and it's a window, and you're going to be talking through this window to the angels that are behind it. And then you say the words, and you should practice your pronunciation ahead of time. But he's got it just written there, and it's very simple. So you say the words, and I'm not going to do that because my pronunciation is going to be crap. But you'll get the idea. You just read the words, and then you take whatever energy. Well, hold on. As you're saying the words, take a moment at the end of each line or so to look back at the sigil, and just to kind of keep it in your subconscious. And then once you're finished, you'll have built up energy, or maybe not, but just imagine that you have, and then you're going to give that energy to the world. And a good way to do that is he uses, put your hand kind of on against your chest and then go out with it as though you're casting something out to a crowd or something. And just imagine everyone's kind of experiencing what you experience there in the contemplating the foundation, what you imagine that would be like. Then now imagine all these other people have that, and that's the end of it. It's really very simple. In fact, and they get more simple as we go through the book. These other rituals, it's all more or less that same format. It just actually gets more simple, a little bit more abstract, and it's probably going to be deceptively simple. I'm sure that so many people have heard Enochian is so complicated, and then here we have these rituals that are so simple. Like, this is easier than the words of power rituals that are pretty easy. So I think that the problem here, and this is what I've discovered with the path workings and my own work and people's experience with them, is that things that are too simple, people tend to maybe rush through it. So even though it's simple, you should take your time and make sure that you do everything and just make sure that you're taking your time and you're doing it right. So now we're going to go to the ritual of the first aethers. And again, he kind of explains, where these come from a little bit. But again, each ritual, you do it once a day for a week, you letting your intuition kind of guide you. You kind of be open to the experience of whatever may or may not happen. You open, you get the book to the right page, and that's really the only thing that you need to do to begin. You might want to, again, look at the word. There's only one word you're going to say here at this point. You're just saying the name of the aether, and you'll just repeat it 3 times, and that's it as far as the words. So you don't really have to worry too much about pronunciation, but you still probably want to, check that one word out. So then you have the foundational idea, and you read the foundational idea, and again, it's a couple paragraphs. So you read those, and then you imagine them having that experience, whatever it is, or what it would be like to have whatever he's talking about, or to experience it. And then you look at your sigil. Again, you imagine it as a gateway, and then you just say the name of that aether, and it's written right underneath it. You say that, and bam, you're done. Again, that's it. So very easy. Just be sure that you don't let it be too easy for you. And then on the ritual of the final aethers, it gets a little bit more abstract because it's the same thing. Every day for a week. Be open to the experience. There's no formal beginning or anything. And the big difference here, though, is that you don't have a paragraph. You don't have the couple paragraphs for the thing. You just have the one word. And like for Ritual 39, that word is belonging. And he says, imagine that word is a power. Like when in all the other books, they list, powers, and they're kind of specific and a lot of them, but other ones a little bit more vague. But just imagine what it was like to have the power of belonging. What could you do with that? What would your life be like if you could use belonging as though it's a power? And it's an interesting concept. And I really like this. I really like that it's just, he's being more vague and not as specific. I get a little criticism in my books for leaving the powers more vague, because I want you to be able to realize that you can, look at it from many different angles and apply it in many different ways. And if I just give you a very specific statement of what it can do, then that really cuts you off from everything it can do. And it's the same here. There's a lot that you could have, if you could use satisfaction as a power. Belonging, satisfaction, release, balance. These are all, you treat these as powers now. And then you look at your sigil after you, spend some time with that. And then you say those words, and then it's over. And you just kind of, then you still offer that to humanity. That's not something you do at the end of all of these. Which is another interesting idea. And then the other thing is, you don't have to not think about the ritual the way, we're used to hearing, and you have to worry about lusting for results. Instead, you contemplate the idea that you're working on, and the ritual, and how it's affecting you, and how it's not affecting you, or how you'd like it to affect you. And it's fine. You just keep going. And it's really, I'm really excited to try this, and I hope it works as well as I think it will. I do have some ideas on how this might work, but it'll probably be a little over a year before any of us know exactly how it goes. But I was thinking that it would be, if somebody wanted to start from scratch on wealth magic, not the book Wealth Magic, but for prosperity magic, for doing a long series of rituals that would take you through the whole process. I think the best place to start would be, I still think, Henry Archer's 7 occult money rituals. Yeah. And you do the first 4 of those. The other ones are real personal. You only use them for very specific things. But the first 3 are all about getting rid of different blockages that keep your money from going. And those helped me tremendously. My money, I had no money magic that would ever work until I did those rituals, especially that second one. And well, just those 3, those 3 were just amazing. And then that 4th one, actually is a petition for money, and it's kind of vague, and it's kind of light like this. It's interesting. But anyway, you do those, and then I would say you could maybe do this book, and this would bring a more well-rounded satisfaction to your life of success. It's kind of what I'm hoping that this one does. It sounds more like it's not built towards, wealth, attaining, wealth and luxury, and money, but, more of a satisfaction with your life and having your life become what you want it to be. And then if that wasn't enough for you, then you could hit, after you finish this book, then do the book Wealth Magic and go through those workings to really add on more wealth. And then after you finish that, then you could probably just use like the master money ritual from Magical Riches to, you repeat that one every 3 or 4 months, I think. Just kind of keep things going. And then of course do, different rituals specifically for instances that pop up. But as far as like just that overarching success and wealth, I think that would be a really good plan for someone that's, just maybe starting out. Because a lot of us have already done a lot of those. And so it's all, we're just doing it as we go. But anyway, so I'm really excited to see where this book takes us. And I guess that is all I have to say about it for now. I might come back, next year or something and, give an update of where I am or something, or, my final review after I'm done. But, yeah, that'll be a ways off. So we'll see. Okay. Well, thank you for, listening to this video. And, again, I've got the Patreon and I've got the books out. I will post links to those if you're interested. And on that Patreon, I got a lot of path workings. I've got, there's a weekly ritual that we do. And then we got the energy working stuff where we, play with different, give monthly attunements for Reiki, Ashadi, and the Ascension system, which, is really a cool thing where you can, it restructures your energy bodies and your chakras and opens up new chakras. And it really works. And it sounds all new agey and stuff, but it really helps your magic. It helps your psychic abilities. It helps you channel energy, and not just, the energy for the attunements, but like in magic, when you can feel that energy and you can channel, you can move it through your body. And it's all helps you communicate with the spirits better, and things like it really does make a difference. So I encourage everyone to check that out if you're interested, or if you don't want to do it through me, then go look at it with somebody else. There's lots of places that you can get the attunements from. And I guess that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.